Hope. It's a word we hear often, but what does it really mean when we look at it through the lens of the Bible? I've always found it fascinating how this four-letter word carries so much power, especially in times when everything seems to be falling apart. Let me tell you a story that perfectly illustrates biblical hope. Imagine being on a ship in the middle of a storm, waves crashing, wind howling. That's where the Apostle Paul found himself in the book of Acts. While everyone else was panicking, Paul stood firm in his hope. Not just wishful thinking, but an unshakable confidence that God would deliver them. And you know what? He did. Biblical hope isn't like hoping it won't rain tomorrow or hoping you'll win the lottery. It's different. It's more like having an anchor in the midst of a storm. It's knowing, not just wishing. Think about Abraham. God promised him he'd be the father of many nations when he was way past his prime. Seems impossible, right? But Abraham's hope wasn't based on what seemed logical. It was anchored in God's promises. You see, hope in the Bible is always connected to faith and trust. It's not just positive thinking, it's positive knowing. When David faced Goliath, his hope wasn't in his own strength or his sling shooting skills. His hope was in the living God, and that made all the difference. In our world today, it's easy to feel hopeless. We're bombarded with bad news, facing personal struggles, dealing with uncertainty. But biblical hope tells us something powerful. Our circumstances don't have the final say. The same God who parted the Red Sea, who raised Jesus from the dead, who turned water into wine, he's still in control. Remember this. Biblical hope isn't just about waiting for things to get better. It's about being confident that even in our darkest moments, God is working. It's about knowing that every promise in His Word is yes and amen. It's about understanding that our story doesn't end with our current chapter. As you go through your day today, remember that hope isn't just a feeling, it's a person. Jesus is our living hope, and that changes everything. When we anchor our hope in Him, we're not just wishfully thinking about a better tomorrow. We're standing on solid ground, knowing that God's got this, no matter what this is. This kind of hope, it's revolutionary, it's life-changing, and it's available to every single one of us right here, right now.